Falcons fans, here we go again. Because the Atlanta Falcons just received the worst news ever. And honestly, I don't even know how many more emotional hits we can take as a fan base. So yes, it's official. Michael Penix Jr. is undergoing ACL surgery and will be out a minimum of 9 months. 9 months. And at this point, I'm convinced the football gods have a personal vendetta against the city of Atlanta. But before everyone loses their mind, which, by the way, many of you have already done since basically 9 o'clock this morning, let me break this whole thing down in a way that it actually makes sense. Now, I will say this before I get started. Why are people acting like Michael Penix Jr. is done forever? First things first, I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop saying Michael Penix Jr. has played his last snap for the Atlanta Falcons. Some of y'all hopped off the bandwagon so fast that basically the wheels fell off on you. Is it bad news? Yes. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. Is it a franchise death sentence like some of people are saying? No. Relax. This fan base acting like this dude threw 19 interceptions and set the stadium on fire. Penix has showed real flashes. He's shown growth, he's shown poise, and he's done that under, let's be honest, subpar coaching, bad play calling, and a system that hasn't helped him. I mean, like, you see him not play, and you see how bad this team looks. He is elevating the Atlanta Falcons offense, and it's actually very frustrating, the fact that he's having to do that so young in the NFL. So, like, what do y'all expect? Y'all threw this guy who is young, you threw him into a blender and got mad when he struggled a little bit. Now, let's pump the brakes just a little bit, all right? So, here's the thing. This whole injury situation has been kind of weird for the start for Michael Penix Jr. Ian Rappaport said one thing, Adam Schefter said the same thing, but then local beat writers basically said another thing, and then Dr. David Chow came out and actually said it's this. It's been absolute chaos. Now, here's what I personally believe happened. And honestly, it kind of lines up with what Dr. Chow said. I think that this ACL thing was already an issue, and to some extent it wasn't career ending. It was a small tear. It was a tear where he could play, and there's a lot of people apparently who's been playing through small ACL tears. But he gets hurt in the Panthers game. He hurts his PCL. Basically, he sprains his PCL, which he tears his PCL, and essentially you cannot end up playing without your PCL and your ACL. Your PCL stops your knee from going backwards. Your ACL stops your knee from going forwards. I think there was a small tear in his ACL, and he was continuing to play. But then once he tore that PCL, they basically said, we got to redo this whole thing. So his knee became unstable. The doctors looked at the whole thing and said, all right, since we're here anyway, let's fix all of it so it no longer becomes a long-term issue. And I think that's what makes the most sense. And that's why we're getting varying reports about it could be this fix, it's 6 months, it's 4 months recovery, it's 9 months recovery. Others basically saying it's not a traditional reconstructive surgery. Some say he wouldn't miss training camp. Everyone was like in their own situation, and this whole situation is just weird. I think because he had already injured that ACL, but they're just trying to clean it up now. Now, for those who don't know, Falcons Twitter has already gone to DEFCON 1. People are already talking about draft another QB, sign a veteran QB, trade Penix, start over. Y'all, let's just stop. It's a little too early for that. Here's what the Falcons actually need to do. Number one, hire a competent coach and offensive coordinator. You can't evaluate any quarterback properly when the scheme is straight up bad. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold are the examples. 2, get a real bridge quarterback. Someone who can win while Penix heals and that is not a disaster. Someone who's already not injured as well. My personal pick, Jameis Winston. Say what you want. He can win games, and he can push the ball down the field. 3, they have to get another wide receiver. Not a knock on David Sills at the wide receiver 3 experiment, but he should not be a starting wide receiver 3 in the NFL. Now, look, I get it. This news absolutely sucks. It feels like a true punch to the stomach. It feels like the season is officially over, and honestly, it might be. But this is not a reason to blow this whole thing up. The Falcons still have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, AJ Terrell, Caden Ellis, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Ruka Ro, Brandon Dorless. This roster, Divine Diablo, this roster is not trash. It needs leadership. It needs a real offense identity. And Michael Penix Jr., once healthy, can still be that guy. We just need to stop one injury ends a career, because it doesn't. Burrow tore his ACL and has been out. I think he's had 3 season-changing injuries. They're not giving up on him. Watson tore his ACL, came back stronger. The list goes on and on and on. They didn't vanish. Neither will Penix. So, terrible news today. The worst news probably possible right now, but it's not a death sentence for this franchise. I know. Asking Falcons fans for patience is honestly not fair, but let's just have some patience. Let's just have some perspective. And for the love of Atlanta, stop giving up on this kid before he even gets a fair shot. So, if you could please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. But also, if you want to see or stay up to date in regards to this whole thing, subscribe. I'm on my journey to get 5K subs. Help me out. I know it's tough out here for Falcons fans, so just help me out a little bit. And, like always, peace.